Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. How's everybody doing tonight? Just make sure we're all good. All right, before we get going, just a couple ground rules like we do normally at the beginning of all these live chats. Please be kind to each other in the comments. If you are not, I have my moderators and they will boot you from the live chat. I'm not going to tolerate any kind of nonsense, so just putting that out there in the beginning. So if you feel like you're going to come in and be an idiot, then you're going to get knocked off, and that'll be the end of that. So just wanted to put that out there for everybody. And like I said, this is a family type of situation. We're all a big family, so I like to try to keep it real and keep everybody, let's just all be decent to each other. Second thing is, once I'm done talking, I definitely want to, if you have a question, please put it in all cap locks, okay? So first I got to show you my new shirt here. This is one of the shirts that we actually have on the website, and they are available. And I'm going to show you the sleeve here. This is on all the sleeves. It's got preppernurse1.com on there. So I just want to put that out there so you guys can see that really quick. But yeah, this is one of the t-shirts that we have on the website. So anyway, want to talk about veterans. How do we take care of our veterans? Okay. I think that it is a travesty the way things are done now with our veterans. So I really want to get on. I'm a combat vet, served in Iraq. Oh, World Guardian, thank you very much. And thank you for the donation and thank you for your service. Want to talk about combat veterans. This was a big part of why I wanted to do this discussion. As probably a lot of you already know, 22 veterans a day commit suicide, which is an absolute travesty that, they've lived through what they've lived through. And, and then to come home and trying to cope with what they've seen, what they've had to do. And I myself personally, I never saw combat when I was in the service. So I actually consider myself very, very lucky that I never did. Now, obviously, as a 19-year-old kid, I was super gung-ho, ready to go do whatever he told me to do. And I would have, had we been in a conflict at that time, but obviously we were not. So, but with our veterans, the biggest flaw that I see, Elizabeth R., thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. The biggest flaw that I see with what's going on with our veterans, with the VA, okay, with the Veterans Administration, is not getting timely help when, first of all, we're not going to just talk about women, but we're going to talk about men for a second. Men, generally, we internalize stuff. We don't share our feelings. We don't talk about things and stuff like that. So that's why I think that the suicide rate is so high. But when men reach out and are looking for help and they get a tremendous amount of red tape with the VA system, that is a major, major, major issue in my opinion, okay? We really need to have counseling available, have help, inpatient, outpatient help for these guys that are going or that are dealing with PTSD, and alcoholism, drug abuse, whatever the case may be. We need to have that help available for our veterans, men and women, okay? Because a lot of women now are seeing combat. They're right up there in the front lines and dealing with a lot of stuff as well, okay? So I don't want to dismiss women that have served, I don't want to do that at all. But there's a lot of stuff going on that, the VA system is not taking care of this properly. The other problem that I definitely have with the VA system and with nursing homes in general is staffing, okay? Staffing is a huge, huge issue. We don't have enough nurses. We don't have enough CNAs to take care of our veterans the way not only they deserve to be taken care of, that they should be taken care of, okay? So that's an issue. And our elderly population in general, and that'll be another whole video, but we're going to focus on our veterans right now. We have way too many homeless veterans. We have way too many veterans out on the street. So the funding needs to be made available. There needs to be, it's a volunteer army, okay? And I totally get that. I volunteered myself when I went in. Nobody forced me to go in, okay? But we have a volunteer army. These guys should have the services available, and ladies, to them after they get out of the service, okay? For help, psychological help. I know that they have like VA loans to help veterans get homes and stuff like that, which is great. Okay. But, the homelessness among veterans, dealing with psychological issues, and trying to cope with it with alcohol and drugs, we really, really need to, really get on top of that. Okay. We really do, because these guys deserve that. If they don't deserve anything else, they deserve to have the proper care to be able to deal with their issues, to deal with issues from service related injuries. We need to give them the best care, in my opinion. I think that they should. They deserve the best care. These are the people, guys, that, people are going to say, oh, they're going off to fight wars for the big corporations. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever, when you are in the service, you do as you're told. Okay. That's how it goes. You go into service, and if they say you're going to go here and this is what you're going to do, that's what we do. That's what happens when you go into service. Okay. So you're giving up your freedoms as an individual to go and do this for your country. And that's what we do it for. That's why I did it. You know what I mean? It's like, ever since I had been a little boy, all I ever wanted to be was a soldier. So as soon as I was a senior in high school, I think in January of my senior year, I enlisted in the Army. I never talked to the Marines. I never talked to the Air Force. I never talked to the Navy. I always wanted to be a soldier, and I always wanted to be in the Army. And so that's what I did. But like I said, and like I said, luckily for me, as far as, I never saw combat, but there's a lot of my brothers and sisters out there that have, and they really, truly need to have help. I was adopted from Poland and moved to the United States, served in Iraq in the United States Army, and got severely injured in a roadside bomb. World Guardian, thank you again for your service. And you know what? And that's the whole thing. You guys that have had injuries, that are dealing with injuries, we need to have the best care for you guys and ladies. We really, truly do, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. You should have it. There's no reason that it shouldn't be given to our veterans that have, especially our veterans that have seen combat. Those are the ones, as far as I'm concerned, should be at the front of the line. If you've seen combat, if you served in a war theater, you should be at the top of the line and get taken care of first. And that goes from Vietnam era veterans, World War II veterans. There's not a lot of them around anymore, but our people that have been over and have seen combat, they need to be given the services that they absolutely deserve. They should be first and foremost, and it should be top quality care, not a bunch of paperwork, not a bunch of running around, run around trying to get things taken care of. It should be a priority, and that's my opinion on that. I just, and like I said, and some people are going to say, well, it's a volunteer army. That's not the point. Okay, we had to draft back for the Vietnam War. A lot of people got drafted into that one. Okay, it became a volunteer army after that. So, and a lot of people are disqualified because they're not physically able to do it and stuff like that. But like I said, we need to take care of our own, and I think that is before illegal immigrants, before people that have never served. Our veterans, especially the ones that have seen combat, should be at the front of the line. They absolutely should be. Mountain Girl, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's the government doesn't give a crap about them and will pay millions to an actor in a movie about war. So celebrities are taken care of better than vets. I'm going to tell you what, that you were right about that, but I'll tell you what, there's one guy that, Lieutenant Dan, you guys remember him? Gary Sinise, he has done a tremendous amount for veterans. Very, very active in helping veterans. I got a ton of respect for the guy. I mean, he's an actor, but he really puts his money where his mouth is, and he's been out there, and he really, really has really done a lot for veterans. So my hat's off to him, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, the government, I'm going to tell you what, here's a good example. When I was in the service, everybody gets, not everybody, but a lot of guys get tattoos, okay? So my first tattoo was this one right here, Fight or Die. It's over 30 years old now, so it's kind of faded and all that type of stuff. But I was fresh out of basic. I was really gung-ho. If this tattoo had got infected, I would have been given an Article 15, which is a disciplinary thing, for damaging government property. I don't know if you guys knew that. When you become a service member and you go into service, you are no longer an individual. You are government property. Oh, my God, Dharma, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What a great donation. Thank you. Says my family was in the service. I agree with you, Ed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But but the thing is, it's like you can get in trouble for getting a tattoo if it gets infected. That's one of the things. So you are property of the government. But when so many of our service members are done and they get out, they're treated like garbage, by this system as far as the VA and all the red tape and everything that goes along with it. And really needs to be different. It really, really, truly does. Our boys and girls deserve the best, and that's my opinion. And like I said, I am not a combat vet, guys. I am not, okay? But I think that they should be first and foremost, and that's how I feel. All right, what do we got here? Daughter has a lazy eye, cannot get fixed in the Air Force. April just made that comment. That's too bad. They should be able to get that taken care of. Medical used to be free, but changed under Clinton. Robert just put that up there. Yeah, you know what? And it's like I said, there should be, service-related injuries, service-related, mental issues should be completely free, should be completely taken care of, and that's just the way it should be. It says the website is not responding when I try to get in Brooklyn, and the Brooklyn girl in the Caribbean. There's going to be glitches with the website, guys. There's a lot of people joining the website. It's really, really growing. So there's going to be glitches. Try again in a little while is my advice, and it should be back up and it should be fine. So yeah, the Prepper Nurse One community, we've got a lot of people have joined the Prepper Nurse One community. I'm going to mention it real quickly. It's a great way to connect with like-minded individuals. And so if you go to my website, prepnurse1.com, you'll see it on the top. You click on the Prepper Nurse One community, click on that, you register. Very private. Anybody from the outside, can't just come in there and look at it. It's all people that are registered, and that's why it's a good way to connect with like-minded people. Robert just put on here, meds used to be free. Last I knew, $8 a prescription. He retired in 2015. Yeah, and again, prescriptions like that stuff, it should be free for our veterans. They have sacrificed, especially our combat vets, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, okay? Our combat vets deserve everything because they have given the most. Think about the young men and women that we had a young lady here recently, and when I say recently, it was like 2 years ago, that lived in a local town, and she was killed over in Saudi Arabia. She was like a bomb loader or something, and there was an accident, and she was killed, and she had 2 little girls and a husband, back here in the States. And, that's just, it's terrible to hear that, especially when it's close to home and it's local. It's very, very difficult. And so many people have sacrificed their lives and continue to sacrifice their lives. Think about all the people that have come back, with injuries, amputations, burns, disfigurements and stuff like that. They need to be given top priority. They really, truly do. They have given the most. Mountain Girl just said that. Absolutely, you are 100% correct. They sure have given the most. Why do you think Roseanne Barr started to whistle, blowing up the Hollywood elites? You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I've never been a huge fan of Roseanne Barr. I've always thought she was really classless, to be honest with you, in my opinion. She just, there was a one episode or an incident where she was singing the national anthem, and she was singing it so badly at a San Diego, I think it was a Padres game. And she ended up grabbing her crotch, I think, and flipping off the crowd. I mean, it's just not a big fan of hers. I really don't know a lot about why she's, doing that. There's a double standard in Hollywood, guys. I mean, you can use Roseanne Barr for an example, and Jessie Smollett as another example. She was fired off her show for making an off-color joke. Jessie Smollett, who perpetrated a fake hate crime, has not been fired off of his show. Why is that? Okay? Double standard. That's all I'm saying. And that's the way Hollywood is. Our son went to Iraq, and now he's 80% disabled. The Hatfield preppers made that comment. I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible to hear. Especially you're talking about young men and women. That, like Vietnam War, the average age of the soldier in the Vietnam War was 19. I don't know if you guys, knew that or not, but the average age was 19, and that's it's very, very sad. Do I have a Patreon? Dharma, I do not have Patreon. I never did Patreon because I wanted to focus on my YouTube channel and getting information out there for you guys, and also on my website. Doing a third thing on top of that, like Patreon, would be really, really time consuming, and I didn't want people to have to pay to see me. I just didn't like that, so I've never did a Patreon because of that reason. The Hatfield Prepper's son graduated in '09. Yep. So, yeah, it's just it's hard when you see people come back and they're having issues in the way that they're treated by a lot of the people in our society. It's very, very sad. Klaus Page said, like-minded people in Central Texas. Klaus, you know what? Go on the website, preppernurse1.com, sign up. There's people in Texas. There's quite a few people that have signed up for the state of Texas, and you can connect with like-minded people there, okay? Keep copies of the paperwork. The VA has a habit of losing paperwork and not finding it, nor knowing vets. Carolyn just made that comment. That's great advice. So yeah, make sure you have your paperwork in order if you're going there. My brother-in-law was in the Navy, and his buddy fell asleep on deck and got sunburned. Both had a dishonorable discharge. This is in the early 1960s. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, you can get in trouble for getting hurt because doing something stupid like falling asleep like that. That's going to happen. The Hatfield Preppers are now in North Texas. Okay. Yeah, Texas is a good area, man. You guys got a lot of freedom still in Texas. Not like a lot of the other states, unfortunately. But, yeah, Texas is, they take care of their own in Texas, which is good. The World Guardian said we need to set up a GoFundMe page for homeless vets. Yeah, but how would you be able to distribute that money? That would be the hard part. You know what I'm saying as far as that goes, to be able to help the veterans and stuff like that. Like I said, the bigger help that needs to be given to, especially like homeless vets that are dealing with issues, is to be able to get treatment. Treatment is going to be the biggest thing. Oh my God, Dharma, this makes a donation and a half on all of us in Heather and your son. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Dharma. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's crazy. Thank you. I can't. That's not one crazy donation, but two from Dharma tonight. So thank you, Dharma. Thank you very much. Let's see. We got. Choo Choo Rooter Bean. That's it. I'm running off with Dharma. That's funny. Check out a movie called Article 99. It's about the vets in the system. Yeah, I will definitely look into that. But yeah, like I said, our vets are not getting the care that they deserve. They're really, truly not. Our older vets that are, in the VA nursing home system, again, this is something that we can do something about, guys, okay? The staff ratio for patients in these facilities is horrible for the staff. Horrible for the residents that are living there. They're not getting the kind of care that they deserve. When you have a schedule where maybe you can get a tub bath once a week or twice a week only, and that's it. The rest of the time you get a bed bath, which is like that, trust me, okay? Or a shower. That is not the way it should be. These people should be getting the best care possible. The way that we can do something about that is talk to your local states, whatever state that you're in, to the nursing boards and stuff like that. They need to change the ratio of staff to patients. They really, really, truly do. We need more CNAs. We need more nurses on staff to take care of these people the way that they deserve to be treated, the way that they deserve to be taken care of. Extended care centers are better than most private nursing homes, but still suck. You are absolutely correct. And again, it's all about the ratio of staff. If we have the right amount of staff, it makes everybody's job better. Everybody's job. Like in a nursing home, okay, here's an example. if you have 2 nurses on a unit, 48-bed unit, okay? So now those nurses have to pass meds, do treatments, do assessments if somebody falls or if somebody is, has a stroke or heart attack or whatever, to ship them out. It makes it insane. If you have a third nurse on, okay, so you have your two, let's say you have your 2 nurses that will strictly be passing meds, okay? So then they could focus on that. And then you have a third nurse to do treatments, to be there for any kind of, emergency situation, so they can deal with that, so the other nurses can concentrate on taking care of their residents. I think that should be on an evening shift. You should have a minimum of 3 nurses on an evening shift. You should probably have a minimum of 4 nurses on staff to take care of residents on a day shift. Now, CNAs, on a day shift, a lot of times they may have 4. If they're lucky, 5 would be the normal. You need at least 6 CNAs on a day shift. You need at least 4 CNAs on an evening shift. A lot of times on evening shift, you're dealing with either 2 CNAs or 3 CNAs. And that's trying to get everybody back into bed after dinner. And it's just insane. They're not being able to have the kind of care that they really truly deserve. If you have a minimum of 4, that should be the minimum, should be 4 on an evening shift. Night shift, you can get away with 2 CNAs. You really can, because you have a lot more periods of downtime. 1 nurse on nights and 2 CNAs definitely works. But like evening shift and day shift, there should be more of both. There really should be. So, I mean, and that just doesn't go for the VA. It should be for nursing across the board. They've come up with a staffing minimum, and it's just, it's atrocious, because the patients suffer, you burn out your staff, and that's why people don't stay in nursing. You go through CNAs like that, and then, the politics and the BS on top of it, it's absolutely insane, guys. You have no idea. People get into nursing because we care about people. We want to take care of people. We want to help. Okay. That's why people get into nursing, and they quickly find out that management doesn't care, or they're caring about the dollar, the bottom line. That's all they care about, and it's disgusting. It really, truly is. All right. I'm sorry. I got on a rant here, but it's true. Let's see. We need to stop. Yeah, MBG. We need to stop giving money to so much money to other countries. I agree with you 100%. We need to take care of our own. We need to stop giving billions upon billions of dollars to Israel every year, would be one, and all these other countries. We need to take care of our own. We really, truly do. Dharma says we need to get into the care, but management is about the bottom line, the dollar. You're right. We get into it for care because we like to care. We care about people, and management doesn't, and it's sad. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say all management, but 98% of them could care less. I was a CNA in the late 90s. Glad I quit. So sad. Yeah, Jeannie, I understand. Trust me. I totally get you. You get burned out. Nursing homes, it's disgusting. It is disgusting the way our elderly are taken care of. It really, truly is. And like I said, our veterans need to be taken care of. They really, truly do. I'm going to do a whole nother video about nursing homes and nursing and stuff like that, but I really kind of want to focus on our veterans. And the VA hospitals are always understaffed as well. VA hospitals, guys, I'll tell you what, they pay well, but again, not enough staff. They really don't. What do I think has impacted the ability for veterans to receive proper help? Paperwork, red tape, poor management would probably be the biggest things. We need to have these things expedited so that they can handle these people, get them the help right away, get them into whatever programs need to be done. I could see such a benefit of if there's a treatment program, let's say for drugs or alcohol, just for veterans. Because you got to understand, guys, the people that have seen combat have a shared experience that everybody else will never have. And there's going to be a camaraderie, and that goes beyond color, guys. That goes beyond color. There's a camaraderie that is with veterans that have seen combat, you know, that is always going to be there. So if we can get programs to help our veterans with alcohol and drug problems, that's going to be a huge thing that's going to help them right away. And then help them with housing afterwards, figure out where they can get a job and those type of things. Get them educated in the field, you know, so that they can do something to better their life. You know what? You give somebody something, if you just give them something, that helps them for a short term. But if you can give them an education or a skill so that they can help themselves, that's the best thing you could possibly do. VA hospital start night shift nurses $72,000 a year in Los Angeles. Wow. Elizabeth just put that up there. That's got to be for an RN, though, I would imagine, Elizabeth. That's not LPN. I can guarantee you that's not LPN. That's an RN. Yeah, that's what I thought, Elizabeth. Yeah, RN. I figured that. Yeah, but like I said, you know what? Take care of our guys and girls. Give them the help they need. Put them in groups together so that they can support each other. That's another big part of it that I think a lot of people lose sight of. If you put like-minded people that have had that shared experience together, and, you know, whatever the addiction would be, you know, you're looking at really helping people out, and it's just, it's the right thing to do. Not that we should do it, because we should do it, but it's the right thing to do. And like I said, our older vets, Syracuse is a bad VA. Susan just put that up there. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You know, I've never worked for the VA, but I've heard stories, to be honest with you. Joe M, that 72K is 30K anywhere else in the U.S. Yeah, California is very expensive. Oh, Stacy, I just said YouTube gets 30% of all super chat donations sent through PayPal. Yeah, I mean, I do have a donate button on my website as well, on, you know, for the YouTube channel. But, you know, however you guys want to do it, that's completely up to you. So, but yeah, he's right. They get, I think it's 20. I think it might be 28%. I don't know if it could be 30 though. I'm not sure how much YouTube takes off the top, but they definitely take it off the top. Yeah, Eric just said that shared experience is so important. Besides veterans, the only other ones that will be able to take care of themselves will be Boy Scouts. Grandparent was a Marine and parents were in the Air Force. You're right. And it's like that shared experience is going to really help them, and they'll support each other. And that's what I think a lot of people lose sight of. The veterans want to get better, guys. They want help. You know, they've reached out for help. A lot of them have, and there's no help there, or they're jumping through hoops before they get the help, and that's not how it should be, you know. Ann's Home said, does YouTube take out your taxes for your, or do you have, yeah, no, they don't take out your taxes for you. You have to claim everything and do it all yourself. So that's, YouTube does it like that. Oh my God. Dharma, you're going crazier tonight. This is for you and Heather and your son's night out in a fancy restaurant against the troll that tried to disrespect me, and that's take that, trolls. Wow, Dharma, thank you very much. I will definitely take the kids out for a nice dinner on that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dharma, did you win the lottery? Susan wants to know. Yeah, Dharma's gone crazy tonight, guys. Thank you, Dharma, so much. That's you have no idea. That is very awesome. Thank you. Lou and Mom 1216. It's a sick world. It is, you know, and it's terrible that we don't take care of our own. And when you know, not even just the veterans, guys. We don't take care of our people. And like I said, I'm going to do a whole nother video on nursing homes and our elderly. I want to save that for another video. I really, truly do. So, but yeah, that's another whole topic that we can really get into. And I have a tremendous amount of experience with that because I've worked in this system, and it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. But let's see. Is there a place that is a great start to help? There is a place that's a great place for helping vets. It's also run by vets. Okay, for addiction, Huckleberry just put there, and he put the link on there. Great, that's awesome. Thank you very much for putting that up there. The worst crime you can commit in the U.S. is to get old. Yeah, you're right. And we are a throwaway society. I'm going to tell you what makes me sad, truly makes me sad, is how we treat our old people. Now, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to go run down a line here real quick, and I'm going to talk about how different cultures treat their old people. In all of my years in nursing, and I was a CNA, I'm going to give you a real quick background. I was a CNA for 5 years. I've been a nurse for 24 years, okay? And I just stopped working last year as a nurse because I couldn't take it no more. Had enough. And there's other things that I wanted to focus on. I wanted to really spend a lot of time with my daughter because especially she's going to be leaving for college this year. So, this fall. So it's like, it's a hard thing for dad. I can tell you that. But anyway, in all my years of nursing, I saw one Asian person in a nursing home, one. And that family was there every single day for that person. One Asian person in all the years. Asian people treat their old people with respect. Truly treat their old people with respect. The next best group that treats their old people is black people. Black people are the second best as far as treating their old people. Okay, Hispanics, same thing, right around about the same. The people that treat their old people the absolute worst are white people. And this is coming from a white guy, okay? So white people treat their old people like garbage and they throw them away, which is so, so sad. It really, truly is. And the thing that used to make me the sickest when I worked in nursing homes throughout my years in nursing is when you have the family would show up for Christmas and they would show up for Easter and they would put on this big farce like, oh, we care so much about mom or dad. Well, if you cared so much, you're not going to come twice a year. And it was disgusting. It made me sick. It really, truly did. It's one of the things that I can tell you about nursing that truly made me sick. And white people are the worst. I'm telling you right now. And that's why I always told my mom, you will never go into a nursing home. The only way mom would ever go into a nursing home, and I'll tell you, be honest with you, if she had dementia so bad that she was a danger to herself or others, that is the only way I would ever put my mother in a facility, because then it's a safety issue. Other than that, my mom will be with me or my sister. Like I said, she'll be back here this spring, and she'll be here right straight through the fall unless I can get her something built here at the homestead. But my mom's 75 now. She's pretty spry for 75, I will say that. But, I always promised her I will take care of her. Nursing homes also is for someone who falls and hurts their hip. No one is home to help them. Yeah, they have rehab sections of nursing homes as well. In the rehab sections, the last place that I worked was a rehab section, and the rehab unit, I should say. And the care there was a lot better than the rest of the nursing home, but still not enough staff. Not enough staff. Angela just said, yes, black people, we love our elderly. When I go to church, I make sure I dress my elderly friends. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. I am glad to hear it. Somebody just said, I'm a wonderful son and my family's blessed. You know what? I think my mom was always there for me. She was very supportive. We talked forever. Always have, always will. And, it's a respect thing. To me, it's a respect thing. We took care of my grandfather. When my grandfather was dying, we took care of him at home. He was home until the day before he died. He went into the hospital in the evening, and he passed away through the night. And but we took care of him at home, and he had cancer. He had leukemia. And I used to go out to my grandparents every other day. I lived in Rochester, and they were in Scottsville, New York, okay? And I was living in the city at the time. And I went out every other day, and I gave my grandfather a bath, and I shaved him. When I couldn't make it out, it's a funny story. One of my cousins, my cousin Terry, had taken care of him one time. And he said to me, he goes, next time, boy, if you can't come, he said, I'll just wait till you can come. He didn't want anybody else to do it. And it was like, my relationship with my grandfather was really, really important to me. And it was, you take care of your own. You should take care of your own if you can. And it was a blessing. It really, truly was for me. It really, I can't even begin to tell you how much of a blessing that was. And that time that I had with him before he passed. And when he went into the hospital, and he was literally skin on bones when my grandfather passed away because of leukemia. But he had no breakdown. He had no decubitus, nothing. And the hospital had said they were amazed that he did not have breakdown. And I told him, I said, because I wasn't going to allow it, you know. 3 more of my neighbors because I'm teaching them to prep. Oh, good. That's good that you're getting more of your neighbors to prep. J. Big said, Ed, we are the last generations that about respect. Today's generation is terrible. You know, I'm going to tell you what, and you can't say all of the kids, but most of them I will agree with you on, okay? Again, it's how these children are being raised today, I think has a lot to do with it. A lot of kids today don't say please, they don't say thank you, they have no respect for their elderly, and that's a shame. It really is truly a shame. You know, if you are raised with respect, and my mom was with my grandparents a lot when I was growing up, so I was always around the elderly. We had 4 generations under one roof. I had my great grandmother, my grandparents, my mom, and me and my sister all living under one roof. And so we grew up that way, and it was about respect. And unfortunately, a lot of these kids today don't have any respect. There's no value on human life, none, 0. And it's always now a lot of these kids today, it's about a me society. What's in it for me? So that's hard. The white race has been targeted by our government to get this country where it is now. Randy Newman just put that out there. There's a lot of issues. There is a lot of issues, and yeah, you know, it's fashionable now to attack white people, which, you know, nobody should be attacked because of the color of the skin. I don't care what color they are. You know, when I do my videos, guys, and if you listen to my videos to the end, you will always hear me say, we're all in this together. And that's just not lip service. That's just not words. We are all in this together. I don't care what color you are. You know, we should be trying to help each other now, even not even just after, you know, after an event. We should be trying to help each other now if we can. You know, look out for your elderly neighbors if you can. You know, if you can get over there and make sure that they're okay, that's important. It really, truly is. And I heard that if you get PayPal or Patreon, you get more money to support your channel than the Super Chat. Just something to think about. I do have PayPal, Dharma. It's right on the front of my my page on my YouTube page. I do have a donate button. It's right for PayPal. So I do have that on there. Like I said, I've kind of stayed away from Patreon. Just, you know, I've had some people tell me that I should do it, but I don't know. I haven't wanted to. So, you know, that's why I haven't done Patreon at this point. You know, I'm trying to concentrate on doing everything else that I got going. And as soon as the weather breaks here in New York, we will be really busy with projects this year, which I'm really super excited about. Mountain Girl just said, yes, we are all sharing this planet. We are all a race, a human race. Yep, you are exactly. We are all humans. You cut us all. I don't care what you look like on the outside. We all bleed red, and we really. Okay, I will. We'll talk about that afterwards, Mike. But we really, guys, we really need to, you know, like I said, we really should be working together to try to make this planet better. We really should. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's. I'm truly blind to all my friends on YouTube. I don't know what race you guys are, and I don't care what race you guys are. If you are good people, here's the thing is, guys, in every race, I don't care which one it is, there's going to be good people and there's going to be bad people. So to lump everybody into one category and say all white people are like this, or all black people are like this, or all Asian people are like this, or all Hispanic people are like this, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, because we're all, you know, especially the United States, what I think a lot of people lose sight of, we are the biggest melting pot of people ever. You know, we have so many backgrounds of people that came here from different countries, and, you know, we all mesh together. I'm going to tell you what, you really can't give me one person that has been here. Let's say your ancestry in the United States is 120 years. Let's just say that. The mix of different genealogies that you will have is amazing. Myself, English, Irish, Scottish, Dutch, German, and a little bit of Spanish, okay? There's 6 different things in my background from my ancestry. Okay. So when I tell people I'm an American, I'm an American. That's what I am. I'm not white. I'm not this. I'm not that. I am an American. And when we can get to a focus where all of us can look at each other and say, I am an American, it's going to be a better planet. It's going to be a better country. I'm telling you right now. That's just my opinion on that. A day service connected veterans have a free option. I didn't see the rest of that. I'm sorry. There are good and bad in all creeds. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You know what? I honestly believe, guys, if there is a judgment down the road, which I don't know if there is or not, and I'm not going to say that there definitely is or there definitely is not, but I think it's going to be on our body of work. I think that if, you did bad things when you were younger and you realized the error of your ways and you turned your life around and you try to do good and you try to help people, I think that all weighs into it, okay? And so, if there's a judgment, I did so many bad things when I was younger. I couldn't even begin to tell you, and I would never tell you. But, I woke up one day and I decided to live my life differently, to do things differently. And I've tried to be a decent person ever since then. And I try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. And I think that's really, really important. Really important. And if we all did that, the world would be such a better place. Not just the United States, but the world would be a better place. Treat people like you want to be treated. You never know what somebody's going through on a day-to-day basis. People could be having a good day. They could be having a bad day. And maybe they're nasty or whatever. Why be nasty back? It's first of all, it's a waste of energy. And like I said, I have better things to do. I really, truly do. I waited till I got older to get in trouble, LOL. Truman said. Well, hey, that's okay. Sometimes that's what you got to do. All right. Yep, there's a good bit mix there. The VA makes vets wait until they die. Problem solved for them. Yeah, you know what? It's the paperwork, the process that you got to go through, the jumps the hoops they make you jump through is absolutely ridiculous. And it really, really needs to be better for our veterans. Really should be. They need to be taken care of. Again, and I'm going to say it another time here, especially our combat vets. They need to be up first, and they should be taken care of first. Our combat vets, those are the ones that are putting their lives on the line. They're trying to read my shirt. Oh, okay. What it says on the top here, this is in Latin. It says prepare or die. That's in Latin. Let me get my beard up out of the way so you can see it. So there's that. So that's one of the t-shirts from the website that we have available on preppernurse1.com. A Q judgment? Yeah, well. Let's see. Oh, cool, Army girl. Thank you. Yeah, it's, we're just trying to get things out there for people. If you're interested, like I said, they're there. I'm not going to try to force anybody to buy anything. It's always up to you if you want to do it. Dharma said, my nurse sister had to study Latin. Wow, that's funny. Yeah, actually, this t-shirt, guys, the design was obviously approved by me, but Mike, my IT guy, he's the one that makes all my t-shirts too, and he is awesome. He is absolutely awesome. And again, I'm going to show you on the side here, and on the side, it's got the website preppernurse1.com, and so it's got the patch on there as well. So all the shirts are going to have that patch on them. You'll be seeing me. We got 3 different designs right now for t-shirts, and you'll be seeing me in my upcoming videos wearing the different shirts. But this was the one I wanted to wear today. So again, it says in Latin, prepare or die. So, again, all about choices, guys. It's all about choices. You don't get ready. You don't prepare for national or regular emergencies. Look what just happened down in Alabama. and they had 5 minutes warning for that hurricane that came through there to kill 23 people. And I think there's like dozens missing. Um, hey, had someone made an obscene comment about you, so I played moderator. Bye bye. Okay, well, thank you. You know what? You're going to have people that like you. You're going to have people that dislike you. It's just the way it is in the world. You know, if people hate me, that is their prerogative. I don't hate them back. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to waste my time. So if they want to be all full of hate, I feel sorry for them. I actually pity them. Can you ship the t-shirts to Canada? Yes, Survival Prepping 101. We can ship the t-shirts to Canada. We can do that. Unfortunately, Legacy, we cannot ship to Canada, or overseas. Good question. Will there be a draft? I think they got enough people right now that they don't need to have a draft. I think that if there was a major conflict that happened and there was a lot of loss of life, I think that they would still have the draft. Now, I'm not sure if you still have to register for a draft. I know when I turned 18, then I had to register when I turned 18. I don't know if they did away with that since then, because obviously that is just a few years ago. And so I think that I'm not sure if they still have to or not. But I know that before, like when I turned 18, you had to go and register for the draft at that point. But there wasn't a draft. I think the more preppers called natural disaster specialist people would be more interested. Yeah, well, it's we're going to have disasters all the time in this country. It happens. We're a big country, so there's going to be disasters. Like what just happened in Alabama was very, very sad, really, really sad. And again, they had selective service. Yeah, you register. Oh, you still have to. Okay, it says you still have to register for service at 18. Okay, thank you for that. I wasn't sure if it was still an active thing that you had to do or not. But anyway, we have disasters all the time. And like I said, what happened in Alabama was a horrible, terrible thing, and a huge loss of life, which was really, really sad. And so, that part of it, it's just unbelievable, but that happens every day in this country, guys. Flooding, mudslides, fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, snowstorms, ice storms, power outages. We really need to judges ruled that women are subject to the draft now. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, that's kind of scary. Eddie doesn't have to be registered, but thank you. Because of his autism, he's going to be exempt. So Eddie won't have to be registered for the draft. He wouldn't be accepted in the military. It was weather warfare modification. You know what? It very well could be. I don't understand why we would try to kill our own people. It doesn't make any sense to me. That really doesn't, but tornadoes and stuff like that have been going on for a long, long time. Yes, but that's for non-combat positions. Oh, JJ said for females. So there is a draft for females, but you register. You have to register, but it's for non-combat positions. The president signed an executive order today for veterans. Okay, hopefully it's something that's going to help them, help veterans better. What happens to the solar power you don't use daily? It gets stored in our battery bank. We have a battery bank in the shop, so anything that we don't use goes right into the battery bank that can be used at any point in time. Depopulation, that's why. Gene just said, Agenda 21. Yeah, you could be right. Are we going to war in Venezuela? Joe, I tell you what, I really, truly hope not. I really do. It is the situation. You got first of all, what I think a lot of people lose sight of, the situation in Venezuela is caused by what? It's our fault. The United States of America. We put all these restrictions on this country. We've kept the price of oil suppressed to hurt them, to hurt China, to hurt Russia. Okay, it comes down to control. So the reason that they're having all these issues down in Venezuela is because of us. And now supposedly we're going to come in and save the day. So that's just it's insane, guys. I mean, it's insane. If you really looked at the whole thing that's going on, it's absolutely nuts. Will they bring in World War III in our lifetime? Gene, I'll tell you, I hope not. I really, truly hope not. I would hope that cooler heads would prevail, that they would realize that, if they went nuclear, how devastating it would be, not just to the United States, but to the world, to the planet itself. We only got one planet, guys. It's the only one we know of right now that's habitable. There's other ones out there in the solar system, but we don't have a way to get there right now. Okay, so, a nuclear war would be absolutely horrific. Should we buy a bunker? Elizabeth said. You know what? If you're in, I'm going to tell you what. If I lived in Hurricane Alley or a hurricane zone, where hurricane or tornadoes, I'm sorry, tornado alley or a tornado zone, I would definitely have a bunker. Absolutely. If you can build it yourself or however, you need to have something underground because, tornadoes don't care. They're going to come in there, and I think the one family lost 7 or 8 members of the family in Alabama that were killed. So, yeah, it's like, and a bunker itself can be used for cold storage. There's a lot of other uses you can use a bunker for. So it's not just for that emergency for that, but it's nice to have. And if you can do it, if you can build your own, definitely do it if you can, And Dharma just said, never forget to prep for your pets as well. Absolutely. You got to think of your animals too. I mean, I don't ever plan on eating my animals. I really, truly don't. But if it came down to my animals or my children, the animals are going to go.
You're going to eat us instead of the cat.
I'm going to eat. No, I'm not going to. Oh, the animals are going to go. I'm not going to eat you guys first. I'll save you guys for later.
No, you said if it's between my kids and the animals, I'll choose the animals.
No, I said the animals got to go. The animals got to go is what I said. She's giving me a hard time now. Eat my kids last. Exactly. No, I would never eat my kids. Are you kidding me? I would tell my kids to eat me, to be honest with you. Hey, I'm tender. Oh, that's funny. Yes, we're joking, guys. We're absolutely joking. Hopefully I prepare enough that we would never be in that situation. So, yeah, I definitely don't ever want to be in a situation where I had to make that choice. All right. Stir-fried Ed. Exactly. Wisconsin Prepper, you got it. There's enough fat content on me that, they could eat good for a while. Okay. Vacuum seal dog food. Gene just said that. Yeah, and here's the thing that, we really need to stay focused, to continue prepping. Women, especially, your feminine hygiene products, definitely store them up. You're going to want them. You're going to want that comfort and that convenience, And, yeah, you have to joke sometime. You're right. And we joke a lot. We goof on each other all the time. My daughter, my son, and I, we have a fun time with it, But, women out there, definitely prep your feminine hygiene products because otherwise you're going to be taking old shirts and stuff like that and having to make rags to use and then reuse. So you do what you have to do. But if you can, let's see, how long are you prepared for? Ed, 6 months to a year is long. I honestly, I would have to look and see. It would depend on how many people, number one. But because somebody asked me, what if it was just you and the kids, just me and the kids? We could survive quite a long time. With, we would probably, just the 3 of us, better than 3 years is what I'm thinking for what I have prepped up right now. But like I said, I'm not just prepping for just me and the kids. I'm prepping for family members, strangers if I can help them. If I really can, I would like to be able to do that. So Piney just said, what if the power never comes back on? And I talk about that scenario all the time. The lights went out. I want you guys to think about this. If the lights went out tomorrow and we're not going to come back on, how prepared are you? And that's the focus that I want you guys to think about. I want you to put yourself in that situation, sit down. Okay, what do you have if the lights went out tomorrow and we're never coming back on? How ready are you? And, that's what you got to look at. And so, like candles, getting candles is great too. Georgia Guidestone, they want to kill us, and it's going to get very bad. If you're maybe we have 20 good years depending on location. Merry Christmas just said that. Yeah, I mean the Georgia Guidestones is definitely kind of scary. Why would somebody put that out there to begin with, and then in all the different languages that it's on there. And thank you, Merry Christmas for the donation too, by the way. So with with that type of situation with the Georgia Guidestones, that's a crazy situation. Very, very crazy situation. So survival is based on season. Make it spring and summer, plant and grow food, stock up for the winter. You're right, JJ. The biggest thing you want to be able to do is survive winter. I think that when eventually something does jump off, if you will, I think it'll be wintertime because that would be their maximum casualty time right there. World Guardian just said if an EMP ever goes off in the U.S., solar power will not work. Batteries will be fried. Cars won't work unless you have hardened your electronics. Create communities where you can protect each other. You are absolutely correct. 100% correct. With the solar panels, the diodes in them would go. I do have replacement diodes, but the batteries would be fried. The inverter would be fried. The charge controllers would be fried. So you got to have a way to do that, to have some kind of backup for that. John just said a coworker has been on a couple weeks with shingles and is now doing half days. He recommended another 50 get shots. I'm the same age as you, Leary. Your thoughts? I wouldn't get the shot. I wouldn't. Thank you for the donation too, by the way. I wouldn't get the shot. I would not do it. If you're going to get shingles, you're going to get them. I wouldn't just because they say, oh, yeah, go get this shot. I wouldn't do it. That's just me personally. I would say I'll take my chances. If you've had, is it the measles or the mumps? I think it's the measles. If you've had the measles, your chances of getting shingles is increased. And I think it's the measles. I think your measles or mumps, one of the two. I can't remember which one. Chicken pox. Okay, well, thank you. I couldn't remember which one it was. Okay, chicken pox. Thank you, guys. See, I know. It's like somebody would tell me which one it was. Yeah, I had the chicken pox. When I was growing up, if you got the chicken pox, you know what they did? They took you and brought in all the kids in the neighborhood and everybody. They wanted you to get the chicken pox because if you got it as a kid, it's a lot less painful than getting it as an adult. So that's what they did back in the day. So but no, I would not get any shots for it because somebody at work had the shingles. I would not do it. I absolutely wouldn't. That's just my opinion. You can make your own decision based on what you feel comfortable with, but no, I would not do it. I had that done as well as a kid. Yeah, with my kids. Yeah, exactly. People back in the day, if somebody got the chicken pox, they brought in all the neighborhood kids, so everybody had it all at one time. But now your chances of getting shingles as you get older is more prevalent if you've had chicken pox as a child, which I'm one of the ones that did. I believe the FDA means Food and Death Administration, just saying. Yeah, right. I agree with you. The FDA, I don't trust them as far as I could pick them up and throw them, which is not really far. A virus pandemic would not be good. Jeannie just put that up there. GN. Yeah, you're right. If they put out a virus that, that could be done that way, absolutely. Okay. The death toll, depending on how bad it would be huge. And think about this. If you could have some kind of pandemic that killed, let's say, 75% of the population, okay? If you could put that out there, all the infrastructure stays intact. You've reduced the population greatly. And that's the ultimate goal, is to reduce the population. I mean, look what Bill Gates said about reducing the population through vaccination. That wasn't something made up. That's something that he said. It's on tape. He said that. So that's scary. A lady in a nursing home had shingles. I was not allowed to go in the room. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the donation. They have no problem killing us. They killed millions by abortion, and now they let 500,000 children disappear in America every year. Yeah, a lot of kids, Mary. Thank you for the donation again. Merry Christmas. A lot of kids are disappearing. I have a friend of mine who lives up in Canada, and she's always posting stuff all the time about these teenage kids going missing and disappearing and stuff like that. It happens all the time, guys. Very, very scary stuff. Very scary stuff. So, yeah, it's crazy out there. It really, really is. So that's That's I'm going to tell you what. I've been a very protective parent my whole life, and so with my daughter going off to college, that's why she's going to learn some hand-to-hand combat before she goes, so she's going to be able to protect herself. I wanted to. That's important. Border invasion is out of control. Record numbers. Randy Newman just said that. You know what? Again, and think about this, guys. You have all these people coming up from these third world countries. Basically, South America is a lot of third world countries with all kinds of different diseases, bringing that over here, and then there's the child trafficking. Yeah, it's terrible. The child trafficking is terrible. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of crazy stuff. I mean, we could do a whole video on the child trafficking that happens here, and how when certain people try to bring it to light, they mysteriously die or disappear. That's amazing too to me. Like you had that one CDC doctor that supposedly was ex-Navy that drowned in a creek. Come on, he was killed. That's the bottom line. He was killed, and he was about to unleash some information that they didn't want released. So, very crazy times. Very, very crazy indeed. Would it be wise to store your rice and beans, corn, etc.? Would it take up airspace? When you're storing stuff, guys, if you can keep things in a cool, dry place, that is going to be the best way to do it. It really is. So that's definitely the best way to try. If you can use Mylar bags, use a vacuum sealer and put that stuff in, and get it stocked away. If you can bury it, again, having caches, and I talked about this, really, really important to have caches if you can do it. So, do that ahead of time. All right, guys. Well, actually, it is 9 o'clock now, and this hour has gone by extremely, extremely fast. It's been awesome. I love the interaction with you guys. I really, truly enjoy it. A lot of great information is always shared on here, and I think that that's really cool. So thank you, everybody, for that. I really, truly appreciate that. I like to end all my videos. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. We really, truly are. So we really got to try to work together to help each other, and that's important, okay? Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. World Guardian Deep State has dead man switch. If they fall to take over, they will use it, either chemical, viral, or football, nuclear devices, multiple states, fire sale. Wow, okay. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. And again, thank you for the donation. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. So it's really, really important to tell those people every day how you feel. It really is. Remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself. That's it. Nobody else can stop you, okay? So remember that. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Stay positive. That's the important thing. Don't listen to negativity, okay? Really, stay focused, and you're going to be okay. I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your weeks are going great, and I will talk to you later. Have a great night, everybody. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.